32 years later and still rebuilding. Today marks 2 years since Hurricane Matthew hit us, and we start tonight in the community still struggling to rebuild. Hi again, everyone. I'm Joel Brown.
I'm Amber Rapenta. A lot of those areas also hit hard by Hurricane Florence just last month. Morgan Norwood takes us inside one Fayetteville neighborhood now to show us what residents are doing there to rebuild.
Hurricane Florence is still fresh on the minds of many, and those who survived are in recovery mode. But the work you see here in Creek's Edge is not from Florence. Residents here are still picking up the pieces from Hurricane Matthew. Those who could afford to move did. Those who could not stayed. And those who are new, Corey Lewis, for instance, had no idea what they were in for.
I mean, we heard about it, but not in this specific area.
You see, she had never seen these images of Creek's Edge after Hurricane Matthew, a borderless lake swallowing chunks of the neighborhood, spitting out the debris, only to be left at the curbside. Corey Lewis didn't know, but Hurricane Florence made sure that she knew what it was like.
To the bottom of those mailboxes, it was up to the bottom of the windows, so.
Next door, her neighbor's ceilings hanging by shreds, her baby's belongings scattered across the floor. She was fortunate enough to move, but Lewis forced to settle for a less flooded unit in the same neighborhood.
Unfortunately, we have no other option right now, being without help with FEMA, and because there wasn't extensive damage and just the position we're in now, we're just not able to go ahead and get out right away.
And then we have Hollywood Heights, a neighborhood that just crossed a major milestone in June of last year. That was when nonprofits, churches, big businesses all chipped in to help. Yes, the homes were made over. Some residents moved back in, others left, but the ones who stuck it out are still facing a roadblock today, literally. The Louis Street Bridge is still closed.
It is get complicated because, you know, traffic get backed up on Cliffdale Road and stuff and going in one way in and one way out.
How long is that detour?
It's long enough, yeah.
How many minutes would you say?
A good 10 minutes.
So let's talk this out. It's a three-part problem. Hurricane Matthew destroyed homes. I mean, displaced families, and many of those families today still struggling to put their lives back together. So where's all of the help? Our troubleshooter, Diane Wilson, tracked down hundreds of millions in unspent disaster recovery funds. And according to a report released on August 31st, not much has changed. You see, that report even lists North Carolina as a slow spender because they only spent a little more than $500,000 of the $239 million HUD grant. And while Hurricane Matthew may have been just 2 years ago, it's still a wound that's still slow to heal for Hurricane Matthew and now Florence survivors. In Fayetteville, I'm Morgan Norwood, ABC 11 Eyewitness News.